What's up, Boston College? Welcome to The Wrap, this week's headlines in a soft, warm tortilla. I'm Kendra St. Clair.
And I'm Mitch. Here are this week's top stories. UGBC has reportedly been enjoying their swanky new offices in the renovated Carney Hall, where they've been hard at work passing resolutions and improving the Boston College experience. Let's take a look at what they've been working on. Terrific. Keep up the good work, guys.
Illumination Studios Wallet grew 3 sizes last week as their reboot of The Grinch made over $67 million at the box office. You know, we always sit back and wonder how people let crimes happen. It's like that. You take your kid to a Minions Christmas reboot in November, and you're part of the problem.
UMass Boston, the UMass Boston of colleges, was in some serious trouble this week as its first ever dormitory building greeted students with falling elevators, collapsing ceilings, and raw meat in the dining halls. This continues its streak as the worst UMass campus, but thankfully, it's still the safest public school in Boston. Final season is rapidly approaching. Here to comment is Professor Cornelius Butterbear.
Thank you very much. These final examinations, the trifles really, a student will really worry about the damned, really just worry about any sort of thing that tickles their fancy. I mean, there are much bigger problems to worry about this country. And, finals may seem cataclysmic in the present moment, but we've weathered bigger storms than this. After all, the country did have an Irishman for president for 3 dreadfully long years.
Thanks, Professor Butterbear.
Really, I think the problem that children should be worried about is those damned geese in my backyard. I don't know what it is. I can't seem to keep them away. They come and they're dreadfully loud and menacing, these menacing black eyes, like a doll's eyes, and they stare at you. And you can just see them lusting after bread. They're demons.
Okay. Thank you again, Professor, but we really need to...
And of course, my nephew Gavin has to feed them, and that only brings them back. And, you want to talk about dreadful. Last week, I had to take him to see a movie. What was it called? Automobiles. Cars. Oh, Cars. What a mockery of the cinematic arts. They all talk. It's demonic. I don't know who greenlit that monstrosity, and to feed it to children, why, it's despicable. I don't know who allows this thing. With all this going on, and I have to hear students whining about final examinations. Oh, Professor Butterbear, we don't want to take a test. Well, I don't want to hear it. And does anyone want to ask me what I want to hear about or talk about? No one gives a damn about Butterbear. Everyone's all about, oh, look at this, and look at that. And I won't stand for it.
Thanks, Professor. It was revealed that new cybersecurity minister of Japan, Yoshitaka Sakurada, has never used a computer. It's like when the Bills started a quarterback who had never thrown a football before.
Director James Cameron announced this week that the Avatar sequels have finished production, briefly reminding everyone that Avatar still exists.
The U.S. Army will be launching esports teams to try to drum up higher recruitment numbers. Teams of active service members and vets are looking forward to using their combat experience to lose a game of Call of Duty to a 24-year-old virgin.
Donald Trump claims that the California forest fires are a result of forest mismanagement. To rectify the situation, he's encouraging park rangers to let trees arm themselves.
Legendary comic book creator Stan Lee passed away at the age of 95. Those present at his memorial service report that he did make a cameo, but you had to wait until the very end of the credits.
Bad news came for stoners everywhere after Missouri voted to legalize medical marijuana. Consequently, the rest of the nation decided that weed is no longer cool.
Now we're going to hand things off to our field correspondent, Douglas, who's coming to us live with an apparent plumbing emergency in 2150. Doug? Wait, weed's still cool, right? Because I was going to go light a spliff after this.
We're still on the air.
Wait, what?
Thanks, guys. As you see here, we may have what appears to be the wettest room of all time. The residents of room 101 must have had such a bad flood, they have stuffed a towel underneath their door. Now, while the cause of the flood is still completely unknown, in this cold weather it's not too uncommon for a high force to hit a frozen pipe, and that blunt force causes it to burst, getting water all over the room. Therefore, I'm taking the utmost precautions.
When we first arrived on the scene, there was a strong burning smell coming from the room. Now, just the sweet smell of summer lilacs, as if someone in the room viciously sprayed Febreze. And again, this may entirely be conjecture, but I wouldn't rule out the dishwasher overflooding. It's not too uncommon for someone to just pack too many bowls in there. And even now, if you put your ear close enough to the door, you can hear the windows open with the breeze rolling right through, but almost fans blowing out them. And if you listen even closer, you can vaguely hear Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. Oh, what's this?
Can I help you?
Yeah, sir, would you like to comment on this situation?
Yeah. Can you leave?
That's all from us. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Doug. Last but not least, ResLife released its decisions on university housing appeal decisions for current sophomores this week. Here to comment is Josh, who appealed for a 4th year of housing. Did you win your appeal, Josh?
Nope.
Thanks, Josh. That's it for us here at The Wrap for this semester. I've been Kendra St. Clair.
And I've been Mitch. Have a fantastic end of the semester and a non-denominational winter break. And we'll see you on the other side.
Scholar used to mean something.
Oh.
You used to.
Are you serious?
Used to have
This
to have
again?
brains.
Get out
and
of
cool
here.
robes.
Come
And now
on.
just any
We'll let 'em on.
old who's
doing
Tom,
this?
Dick, and Harry in sweatpants and a notebook can call himself a scholar at a university. I can't stand it. I won't stand for this charade.